The most recognizable plane in the world is getting an upgrade. It won't be ready for another few years, but given all the discussions around it, we've got a pretty good idea of what to expect from the president's new ride. While Air Force One is a call sign for any jet carrying the U.S. president, it's usually the term used to refer to the pair of iconic blue and white Boeing 747 jets with the iconic eagle on it. News sources say Donald Trump actually negotiated the price down when he took office in 2016, meeting with the then CEO of Boeing at his resort. And while Trump will never get to enjoy the spoils of his deal, since the jet will only be ready in 2024, President Joe Biden will definitely get to revel in the luxury, even if it's only for a couple of months. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to look at the brand new Air Force One jet. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. The typical lifespan of a commercial jet is around 30 years, which is how long the current planes have served American presidents. Currently, the aircraft being used as the president's own plane is the Boeing 747, designated the VC-25A by the Air Force. The current jets span 4,000 square feet with 3 floors, armored windows, multiple medical facilities, and a kitchen that can feed 100 people at a time. Aside from carrying the president from place to place, these jets also have encrypted communications and can withstand electromagnetic pulse from a nuclear explosion. But it is now in the process of being phased out, and they will be replaced by the 747-8I, also called the VC-25B. The new jets are larger and more energy efficient, but they will carry the same number of passengers on board, which is 71. But before we dive into the brand new Air Force One, let's take a look at the line of Boeing jets that have served past presidents. Not only is Air Force One completely spec'd out with all the weapons and equipment systems you can think of, it also houses esteemed guests of the president and projects American confidence and authority wherever it touches base. Air Force One is technically not the name of the aircraft, but the call sign denoting any aircraft that happens to be seating the president at the time. This means if the iconic blue and white jet took off without the president in it, it would no longer be Air Force One. The president's plane as we know it came about from President John F. Kennedy's concept to create a flying White House. A specifically modified Boeing 707 was commissioned to carry out his vision, and the glamorous Jackie Onassis Kennedy was mentioned as being the most involved in the classic blue and white exterior and chic interiors. However, the new jets will see a massive change in everything from the exterior colors to the interior finishes. Keep watching to find out. These jets were initially ordered by President Obama when he was in office, and the price for both jets, complete with customizations, came to $4.4 billion. That's no small amount. Astounded by the number, Trump immediately canceled the order as soon as he came into the office and negotiated a better deal. He met with then Boeing CEO Dennis Muhlenberg to discuss options in his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. The agreement included 2 747-8I aircraft refurbished completely to turn it into a flying White House. That's right, the jets are second-hand. They were initially made for a Russian airline company that has since gone bankrupt, and now they'll be modified with equipment to support the president, including an external stair, large galleys, and of course a secure communication room. And from $4.4 billion, Trump brought the cost down to $3.9 billion, saving taxpayers a lot of money. He also confirmed that the classic white and blue color scheme of the existing jets will be changed to represent the red, white, and blue colors of the American flag. The model of the plane was put on display in the Oval Office for guests to see. Now that Trump has left, it's unclear whether the color scheme will remain, but that's a small detail compared to what's happening inside. Typically, a 747-8I private jet is the pinnacle of luxury air travel. While a plane like this is an indicator of wealth, this jet is an unmistakable status symbol and a popular choice amongst heads of state in Qatar, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates. And here's what we can expect the inside to look like. Designed by Cabinet Alberto Pinto, a French design firm, this 747-8I jet is no different than a palatial estate, with ornate staterooms, lounges, and large dining rooms. Truly a home away from home. The master bedroom is in the nose of the aircraft, directly under the cockpit and the quietest location on the plane. The master suite also includes a walk-in shower and a single vanity complete with a full mirror and sink. The main foyer of the aircraft divides the master bedroom from the rest of the plane and features a staircase leading to the upper deck. The iconic hump has a complete living room with bookshelves and a flat-screen TV, and behind that are the crew's quarters. Private office spaces and dining areas boast comfy recliner leather chairs and entertainment systems throughout, but the centerpiece of this luxurious aircraft is definitely the salon, with 3 couches, a coffee table, and vaulted ceilings. It's ideal for meetings or to unwind after a meeting. Of course, we can expect the jet given to Air Force One to be a tad different. While the features will remain more or less the same, there's no doubt the furnishings and finishings will be those fit for the President of the United States. So far, we know that the President's plane will be outfitted with General Electric's modern jet engines, which are much more advanced than what the current Air Force One jets have. These new engines engines will be more fuel efficient, saving taxpayers a whopping $1.9 billion in fuel. These planes being stripped and put back together in San Antonio, Texas, will also have electric power upgrades, a mission communication system, and a fully equipped medical facility. The new VC-25B will also have a range of 5,900 nautical miles, allowing the Air Force to reach any populated city in the world from Washington without stopovers. As impressive as that might sound, we must admit that the current jets have it better. They actually have unlimited range thanks to their capability to refuel mid-air. However, the feature to refuel while mid-flight has never been used, which is why the function has been dropped for the 747-8i. And as part of its advanced security systems, the new plane will also be equipped with chaff and flare dispensers that will enable it to evade missiles. The last upgrade to this plane was during the Reagan administration and was completed in Bush's term, costing $660 million. Though the costs were initially fixed at $3.9 billion when Trump and the Boeing CEO finalized the deal, it seems prices will climb once the finishing touches are added. Plus, the initial deal did not include an essential item, the instruction manuals. Now, that shouldn't cost much, should it? Well, the new manuals for the Boeing 747-8i come to a jaw-dropping $84 million. It will hold VC-25B specific information across over 100,000 pages, with details from Boeing as well as all the subcontractors. What's more, the manuals won't be finished until January 2025, a year after the planes will be finished. New costs keep coming up, in fact, that were not negotiated in the initial deal. It turns out $3.9 billion covered the expenses of the airplanes and extensive modification work. An additional $1.4 billion will be spent on testing the plane, spare parts, adding support equipment, and training the staff. Costs climb further when you factor in the construction of the new hangar at Joint Base Andrews outside Washington, D.C. All of that and more combined comes to close to $5.3 billion. While the cost for the manual may seem excessive, it's actually in line with the cost of technical manuals for other kinds of military weapons and equipment. The P-8 Poseidon Structural Repair Manual, for example, cost $31 million, and that was just to update one section of the manual. Another factor that makes them so pricey is that it needs to be kept secret. So military system documentation tends to run on the more expensive end. Boeing has its 747-8i manuals for print on their website, and at 126 pages, it's an easier read than the 100,000 pages Air Force One will have to deal with. And unlike the VC-25B manuals, those are free to download. The cost of any work being carried for Air Force One is quite high, since it's all customized and the people working on it have high security clearances. For example, replacing the old refrigerators in the current Air Force One would have cost $24 million had the project not been scrapped. The new Air Force One is also expected to have the same 30-year lifespan, and if Boeing decides to discontinue the 747 line altogether, this may well be the last jumbo jet any president will have. What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and check out similar videos over on the King Luxury channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.